Hey guys, Mike Gazelle here, back with more NFL picks for week number 4. Sorry. I'm recording this on Saturday. I meant to record this much earlier, so I missed the Thursday night game in terms of giving you guys my picks. But I did pick the Packers to win that game. I thought they would win at home. I thought they were the better team, but I underestimated the Eagles' ability to get a win they desperately needed, and they came out on top in a very good game, very entertaining. A lot of things happened in that game. I think the Eagles played really, really tough, and they show that they're going to be hanging around this season. But yeah, I was wrong. I had the Packers pegged to win that game, and they lost. So sorry I didn't get that pick out for you guys, but I still have the rest of the week to do before Sunday. So, first game, we have Redskins at Giants. I would say to everyone who's like overhyping Daniel Jones right now to remember that he played the Bucs defense, and even then he didn't play a perfect game. I believe he had a couple turnovers, like a couple fumbles or something. And I think the Redskins play pretty tough. They're not a great team, but they have some good pieces. I think Case Keenum has been playing as well as he possibly can in that scenario. So I'm going to go with the Redskins in this game. I know that's weird, but the Giants don't have Saquon Barkley. And I feel like most of the country is going to pick the Giants to win purely because Daniel Jones had a good first game. I like the player. I think he's good, but I think people need to temper their expectations a little bit. He's still a rookie, and he played a really bad defense week one. That's just my opinion. I'm going to go Redskins. Chiefs at Lions. I think the Lions will put up a pretty good fight. As someone who always bags on the Lions, like myself, they're kind of usually the laughing stock of our division. I think the Lions are playing pretty tough. I just think the Chiefs are too powerful of a team. Patrick Mahomes is literally the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Probably the best, most talented quarterback we've ever seen. I think the Lions keep it close. I think there's a small chance they could upset the Chiefs. But I can't go against Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on the road. Fun fact, this is actually Patrick Mahomes' first game in a dome. He's never played an NFL game in a dome before. So that should be kind of interesting. Titans at Falcons, both teams pretty disappointing right now. I believe they're both 1-2. I could be wrong on that. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I feel like they're the kind of team that they only really play well when they're back against a wall, which is unfortunate. You'd hope that they would hit a stride and stay in that stride, but no. And the Titans just don't inspire much confidence. I know they had that big Week 1 win over the Browns, but I feel like that score was misleading. The game was like 15-13 going into late into the third quarter in that game. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Falcons. I think it'll be a close game against two desperate teams that really need a win. But it's out at Atlanta. So yeah, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Browns at Ravens. Ravens coming off a very close, not very close, but relatively close loss to the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson's awesome. I think he's a really good player. And they're welcoming a Browns team that kind of shot themselves in the foot when they were fighting the Rams. I feel like they could have won that game. I really like Baker Mayfield, and I think this team will get it together. This should be a really close game. I think this should be a really entertaining, competitive game. I'm going to go with the Browns. And I know that sounds weird because most people have kind of dropped off the bandwagon at this point. They don't think the Browns will be that good this season. I still think the Browns will turn it around. I think they have enough talent that all they have to do is hit a stride of where they're playing like a cohesive unit. And no disrespect to the Ravens. I think they're a really good team. Like I said, Lamar Jackson's awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns, and I guess an upset pick. I don't know what the odds are for these games, but I think the Browns are definitely an underdog. Next we have Raiders at Colts. Easy, I'm going Colts. They play tough every week. I'm really admiring how well they're playing despite losing Andrew Luck right before the beginning of the season. Really is just awesome. It's cool. It's so cool to see this team rally around Jacoby Brissett and the way they're playing. And the Raiders just, I don't know. They got steamrolled by the Vikings last week, and I just don't think they have pieces in place. I don't know what Gruden's going to be doing a couple years from now. I wonder if he'll still be with the team because I don't know if he still got it as a coach. So I'm going Colts there. Patriots at Bills. This is one of the better games of the week. Both teams are 3-0. Surprising, I know. There's going to be a lot of people out there saying that the Bills can hang around in this game and win, and I do think they can hang around, but this is one of those games where people are going to really hype it up and say, oh, this is it. The Bills will take out the Patriots. As much as I would like that to happen, and I'm rooting for the Bills because I like that team, Josh Allen has really surprised me. He's changed my perspective of him a lot since last year. The Patriots are just too good of a team. I do think the Bills will keep this close. It is a divisional game, but Tom Brady, I was watching the Around the NFL podcast for everyone who watches that, listens to that podcast, and basically they said that Tom Brady is like 30-3 in his career against the Bills, which is absolutely insane. I can't not pick the Patriots here. I'm going to go Patriots, even though they're on the road. Panthers at Texans. Carolina still doesn't have Cam Newton. They think he's dealing with a Linz Frank foot injury, which is no good. That everything I've ever heard of that injury is very bad. It's a long time recovering, and I don't know. Foot injuries are weird. You just can't really rush those things. And they're going to a Texans team with Deshaun Watson, who's been playing really well. They've lost some close games. Are they 1-2 or 2-1? I don't have the records in front of me. I just have the schedule itself. I'm going to go Texans. I think the Panthers have been playing well without Cam Newton, but I don't know. I'm going to go Panthers. I've changed my pick to the Panthers. They don't have the better quarterback in this game, but I feel like they're playing better team football right now. And the Texans' offensive line is really bad. Deshaun Watson's been getting hit really bad every week, and I think that'll be the difference. I think just sacks and forced throws will make the difference in this game. So I'm going to go Panthers in a close one. Chargers at Dolphins. Easy pick is the Chargers. I will just say I don't think the Dolphins will go 0-16 this year. That is even for the worst teams, it's really hard to not win one game. It's only ever happened twice in NFL history. One happening kind of recently with the Browns, and then obviously the 2008 Lions, I think. So it doesn't happen often. This team is definitely capable of going 0-16, but I think they'll win a game at some point. I don't think it'll be this week. I think the Chargers will bounce back from that close loss they had last week and just take care of business. I don't think it'll be like a blowout. I don't think it'll be like 40-3 like they've been. The Dolphins have been getting to them, but I don't know, 27-10, like just a solid win. Yeah. Buccaneers at Rams. Buccaneers lost a heartbreaker to the Giants. The Giants are honestly kind of lucky to win that game. The chances of someone missing a field goal from that short range is pretty small, but the Buccaneers pulled it off by missing it. They're going to a Rams team that... So I think the Rams are good, but I don't think they're as good as people are kind of hyping them up to be. I think that they're kind of due for a down year. And what I mean by that is a lot of their players are getting old, and they're dealing with some like lingering injuries, like nothing season-ending for these players, but a lot of their secondary is kind of banged up. Is it their secondary or is it their D-line? I remember there was a group on their defense that was kind of banged up, and their offensive line has not been playing well. They haven't been playing like terribly, but they're not what they normally are. I will go Rams here. They are the better team. I just think the Bucs could surprise here and win this game. It would not be any shock to me if they managed to win this game, but I will go the Rams. It is at LA. So Seahawks at Cardinals. Kyler Murray has been playing kind of up and down, but I feel like overall he's been playing pretty well considering the team he has around him. A really bad offensive line, and only really Larry Fitz to throw to. Larry Fitz is a freaking Hall of Famer. He's been a Hall of Famer for years, but that dude can still play. And they're welcoming a Seahawks team that just lost at home. I think the Seahawks will come into this game very angry, and I think they'll play really well. I think the Seahawks should be one of those teams that we'll see in January in the playoffs. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. The Cardinals, I think they'll put up a fight, but I just don't think the Seahawks or the Cardinals will get their first win here. I don't see it. Vikings at Bears. Okay. Kirk Cousins proved to me that you can go on the road and beat a good team. because I am starting to kind of lose faith in your ability to do as such. In your time with the Vikings, you have done it 0 times, gone on the road and beat a good team. I think the Vikings are going to be a very good home team this year. Every time in general, under the Mike Zimmer era, the Vikings have played very tough at home. They win most of their games. I think they have one of the best win percentages at home in the NFL under Mike Zimmer. But on the road, it's a mixed bag. You never know what you're going to get. And the Bears, this is a game with 2 really good defenses and offenses that have question marks. The only difference is I feel like there's less question marks on the Vikings offense because Dalvin Cook is playing really well. He's leading the league in rushing yards. But it comes down to the quarterbacks. Do you really trust either one of these two, Mitch Trubisky or Kirk Cousins? I want to pick the Vikings because I think I believe they are the better team, but it is in Chicago. Just so I don't disappoint myself, I'm going to go with the Bears. So, I know, I want the Vikings to win, obviously, but hey. But if I'm wrong in this pick, that means they won, so that's good. I'll go with the Bears in this game. It'd be a close one. Defensive game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some defensive scores from both teams. Jaguars at Broncos. Broncos... Joe Flacco-led Broncos are not really an inspiring team at the moment. They're 0-3. They've played some pretty tough defenses. Give them credit for that. And they're playing another one right now with the Jaguars. Minshew with the Jaguars. I want to see him keep the streak going. That'd be kind of cool. 6th-round pick, kicking ass in the NFL. That'd be awesome to see. I'm going to go with the Jaguars in this game. I think the Broncos keep it close. They're really desperate for a win. The whole coaching staff's probably desperate for a win, which I should never underestimate the resolve to win a game for desperate teams. But yeah, I'll go Jaguars, although I think the Broncos could probably win this game. But yeah, I'll go Jaguars tentatively. Cowboys at Saints, Sunday Night Football. This should be a good game. Teddy Bridgewater, who I still wish was with the Vikings. I really liked him with the Vikings. I thought his career was trending upward until that knee injury. I think this is a really good game. Cowboys are a good team. They need to show consistency before I really believe that they're a fantastic, top tier team. They are undefeated, but they have been playing some cupcakes, some bad teams. I gotta go with the Saints. In New Orleans, I think that crowd will be rocking, and I think Sean Payton will do enough with his team to win. I think it'll be a really good game. This is a great Sunday Night Football game. Can you imagine if Drew Brees is playing in this game? That'd be pretty entertaining. Obviously, I'm still happy Teddy Bridgewater's playing, but yeah. So I'm going to go with the Saints there. Great game. Could go either way. Bengals, Steelers, perhaps one of the worst Monday Night Football matchups in history that I can remember. 2 0-3 teams. I don't have a whole lot to say. I don't really follow the Steelers because I'm not a Ben Roethlisberger fan. I don't follow the Bengals because I'm sure as hell not a fan of Andy Dalton. And both of these teams just don't ever interest me, so I don't really know what their current situations are other than the fact that Ben Roethlisberger is hurt, obviously, and the Bengals blew a huge chance to come back against the Bills last week. So basically, one of these teams will finally get their first win. I'm going to go with the Steelers. The Bengals are just a sad team. And the Steelers are a sad team too, but they're at home at least. So I'll go Steelers. And yeah, there we go. Those are my Week 4 NFL picks. Apologize again for them being late. I missed Thursday Night Football, but my pick was wrong. I had the Packers winning that game. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your NFL Week 4. It should be really exciting. I really hope the Vikings win. So yeah, leave your own thoughts down below. Do you think your team's going to win this week? And tell me why. Until next time, this has been Mighty Gazelle, hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.